Hello? Welcome in. Welcome in. I know, me streaming? What a rare sight. But we're here, and we're gonna play the game. As always. Just like normal. But welcome back. We're continuing this game. We're continuing this series. Will I ever be done with it? There's the rest of this game, and then 2 more games, and then I think next year another Corpse Party 2 game is coming out. So I'll never be done with this series. But let's get into it. We're going on to chapter 4 with Love from the Heart of the School. Hey yo, live, Pog. Hey social, welcome in, how are you? I know, me streaming. What a rare sight. I was streaming like every day, but then I got a new job, and then my job was like, hey, what if we just give you random hours at random times? And I'm like, okay, great. Hopefully I should be more consistent either in November or December. We will see. But for now, I'm kind of just all over the place. Same. Oh no. I'll never be done with the series. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 more chapters of this game. Then there's Blood Drive. Then there's Corpse Party 2 Dead Patient. And there's another Corpse Party 2 game coming out next year. So, love that for us. We're never gonna be done with this game. With Love from the Heart of the School, Chapter 4. It'll never end. I got water. I don't even remember where we last left off. Actually drinking water. Satoshi and the others nervously examined their surroundings. With him were Naomi, Ayumi, Yuka, Miss Yui, Sasuke, and Toko for a total of 7 people. Though they'd just been in Heavenly Host Elementary Auditorium a moment ago, they suddenly all found themselves standing in Classroom 1A. None among them could hide their anxiety. Why have we all been gathered here? It's okay, don't worry, we're all here with you. This is Heavenly Host Elementary. There must be some reason we specifically were gathered together here. I feel like we were brought here to do something. Yeah, I'm like almost remembering something. Like we made some kind of promise? What the hell? I don't know any of you. Period. Yuka, who had only just noticed that Satoshi was here with her, came bounding over. Big brother! Yuka! Satoshi gave her a big hug. As long as I can be with her, I can protect her. I don't want us to ever get separated again. Yeah, let's protect Piss Girl. I'm so glad I get to be with my big brother. Do you think in every, timeline, or every time loop that they're in, that Yuka just always has to piss? I think so. Yeah. Then another girl interjected herself into the scene, slightly startling the siblings. Hey Yukes, is that you and your brother? That's the same uniform as Yuka's, isn't it? Yep, Satsuki Mizuhara. I'm one of Yuke's buddies. Nice to meet you. You're her bro, no? Once again, I'm Satsuki Mizuhara. C-Cup. Huh? Everyone pisses the moon. Yeah, but Yuka is like a resident piss girl in this game. Remember in the first game, if you let her go to the bathroom, you don't get to beat the game? That was such like a gatekeep girl boss moment. She was like, you're gonna let me piss? I'm not gonna let you beat the game. I'm like, okay, go fuck yourself then. You can't piss. Piss yourself. And guess what she did? She pissed herself. Why do we need to know that she's a C-cup? I hate this game. I know this is the fan service game, but please. I know they're not real, but these are children. Fictional children. As if to punctuate that statement, she put one hand on her lower back and another on the back of her head, thrusting her chest forward. Of course. So she's a middle schooler. Seems a little too adult looking to be Yuka's age. Yeah, nice to meet you too. I've been hoping to meet you for a long time now. You're just legendary beloved big brother. Sasuke, cut it out! Huh? Why? You're always talking about him, saying how you wish you can marry him and stuff. I hate it. I hate it here. Huh? Pay her no mind, big brother. But by this time, Satsuki's eyes had already begun wandering, and she was now focused on the teacher's podium at the front of the room. Hey look, it's Sachiko. Oh, hey bitch. That certainly changed the mood. Everyone else in the room immediately stopped what they were doing and turned to face the podium as well. Hovering above it, glowing with a faint white light, was Sachiko. The light gradually faded away, revealing the unmistakable red dress as Sachiko gracefully touched down, a perfect landing, as it were. I'm already stuttering. I love it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sachiko's hysteric birthday. I said the name of the game. What the hell does she intend to make us do now? Shh, Nakashima, don't provoke her. If we give her a fun festive birthday, she might let us go home, so just try to bear with us a little longer. I suppose you're wondering why I brought you all here. Well, it's so you can all participate in a really fun event. With this, she beckoned to Satsuki. Satsuki! Coming! Satsuki fled forward in the blink of an eye. She was now standing right next to Sachiko. I can't read for shit either, so it's okay. Exactly, see? I don't even remember the last time I've read, like, a book. Satsuki, you know Sachiko. What's going on? Wait, Satsuki, you know Sachiko? What's going on? Don't we all know Sachiko by this point? Girl, it's been 3 games. Allow me to introduce you. This is Satsuki Mizuhara. I asked her to preside over the coming event, which means she'll be running it. Kisariga Academy Junior High School Class 2-3, Satsuki Mizuhara. I'm looking forward to working with you all today. I'm just reading too fast. As the crowd stood dumbfounded, Satsuki concluded her self-introduction with an exaggerated clap and a mischievous wink. What? Satsuki, why? How does she even know Sachiko? Satsuki wasn't there to hear about the charm. Satsuki, that girl is scary. Huh, you think I kind of feel bad for her, being by herself all the time in an abandoned elementary school? Seems rough, you know? She still doesn't know about what horrible place this is, and not about the things that Sachiko did that got her here. But I don't think there's anything I can really do about that. This is Satsuki too. I bet she'd still be just as high-strung even if she did know. Anyway, Sachiko asked me to come, and I mean, I like talking, so I figured why not? Aren't you scared though? This is an old condemned school building. And hosting an event in an old condemned school building sounds super cool to me. Like some kind of funky culture festival. Oh no, I dropped something. I got it. Exactly, today's events will be a fun culture festival, so everybody have a good time. What do you have in mind for us? Oh god. About that, you're all gonna take part in Heavenly Host Elementary Harem School Days, the great love-love maneuver. Huh? For a moment, a deafening silence fell upon the room. Harem again, then. Is this that thing you were talking about in the auditorium? That's right, it's harem time. Harem. I hate it here. Satsuko pumped her fist excitedly. See, look around at all the cute girls, and then the one lone guy, Satoshi Mochida. If this ain't a harem, then I don't know what is. Huh? Satoshi looked around the room. Not the fucking teacher, come on. And his sister. I really am the only guy here. I told you before, I want to see a romantic comedy. So out of all the boys that came to the school, I picked the most popular one, and that's Satoshi. Main character. Then I picked out all the girls who like him, and here we are. Oh, the teacher. Okay. I don't even know him though. Wait, maybe I do? It should be the first time I've ever met him, but somehow I feel like I know him from somewhere. Have we met somewhere before? I don't recognize that uniform, but my heart is kind of racing right now. Did I meet her in Heavenly Host at some point? Calm down, everyone. May I ask who you are? I don't think I know this school uniform. I'm Toko Kirosaki. I'm a sophomore at Bukiden Senior High School. And you all seem to be acquaintances of one another, correct? Obviously I'm not, so please let me return to the auditorium. I have friends there. Not gonna happen. If you don't take part in this, you're gonna see some real horror. I got lost in the old wooden school building and was frantically trying to find an exit, and then something unthinkable happened. That's right, I had a crush on Yuya, but then he hit me with his own hand. No, he hit you with a severed hand. Just as Toko was about to cry out in pain and in terror, the memory vividly returning to her. Okay, that's enough. That was scary, right? Not something you want to remember, is it? And you certainly don't want to be treated like that again, or treated even worse for that matter. So let's not be selfish here, okay? Okay. Satsuki, smiling perpetually through this whole ordeal, continued with her speech as if none of this had even happened. Now allow me to introduce you to today's participants. First off, our Harem King, Kisugai Academy Senior High School Class 29, Satoshi Mochida. It's got fucking pimp. Good to be here, I guess. Next, I'll introduce the lovely little lasses who will be making up his harem today. Start with the favorite to win it all, Naomi Nakashima. Let's go, Naomi, let's fucking go. Sasuke really said no thoughts, head empty, period. She was like, abuse? Never heard of it. Also, Kisugai Academy Senior High School Class 29. In fact, she's always been Satoshi's classmate. Could this be fate? Hey, come on, it's not like that. We've always been together, so it was kind of inevitable we'd become friends. Moving on, yet another classmate from Kisugai Academy Class 29. It's class representative herself, Ayumi Shinozaki. The whole fucking reason we're in this mess. Fuck you, Ayumi. All my homies hate Ayumi. Thanks? With a strong spiritual sense and a love of occult charm, she has a certain eccentric charm all her own. I think we can expect great things from her. Eccentric? Next up, presenting the adult contingent, is the naughty teacher's aide. She'll see you after class at age 23. It's Miss Yui Shishido. Let's go, Miss Shishido. Hey, I don't say things that imply I have inappropriate relationships with my students. Well, I do have it on good authority that the two of you spent some alone time together in your apartment. That's not... I just had a cold. It's all a big misunderstanding. Mochida just came to deliver something to me, but because of my favor, I mistook him for Tsukasa, and as the result... Yeah, a likely story. Next person, next. I contend with the person of the opposite sex who's always been closest to Satoshi. She's always lived under the same roof as him, in fact. I speak of Yuka Mochida from Kisaragai Academy Junior High School Class 2-3, his little sister, and she just loves her big brother. Okay, I love Satsuki now. Finally, there's a person who may prove to be the dark horse in this competition. Perhaps she comes from another school, and has a confident disposition. From Bukiden Senior High School Class 2-4, I present to you Toko Kurosaki. Hi? Now then, what do we say we get this party started? First, allow me to explain the rules in simple terms. All the girls present will use their feminine wiles to try and appeal Satoshi all lovey-dovey like, and whichever girl he picks will be the winner. What? Satsuki calling out everyone. What the hell, we're supposed to compete for his affection? I can't very well act lovey-dovey like with a student. Girl, you're trapped in another dimension, you're fine. Okay, enough of that. No booing, please. Besides, you got this tiny little girl feeling all lonely, so why shouldn't we throw her the best damn birthday party we can, right? Least we can do. Gotta pack this day with fun events, so make this one to remember if it kills us. Sasuke was waving her arms wildly as if to jumpstart the party, but in response she was met with a nothing more than dumbfounded silence. This didn't seem to bother her, however. She continued. And whoever wins Satoshi's affections gets a special prize for their troubles too. A prize? It'll be a present from Satoshi beginning with a C or K sound. Huh? Huh? All eyes were suddenly on Satoshi. Huh? What? Satoshi, what is this all about? First I've heard of any of this myself. What even is a harem anyway? Oh, you sweet summer child. A present beginning with a C or a K sound. Has to be a kiss, right? Or his cock. He is pulling his cock out. Considering the game, that's really the only thing it could be. Oh, what did she mean by that? So, what do I do? I don't want to participate in this harem, but on the other hand, being able to kiss him. I don't like this music. I don't like this music. This is the real horror game. A present from Big Brother. No! Yuka! Yuka, go away. I wonder if it's a kiss. Being from Big Brother, I guess it would be on the cheek. But what if it's not? It's on the lips? I want to turn off my computer and walk away. No! Please no. Please don't show it. No, what am I thinking? Yeah, you dirty girl. The cringe. Yeah, I'm getting the ick, like my skin is crawling. Yukes, what are you getting all red for? Huh? Oh, I get it. You're imagining a kiss scene with your big bro, aren't you? What? No, of course not. Really, you had such a big smile on your face, though. No, I didn't. A harem, huh? Sachiko was the organizer, and she did say she wanted to see a romantic comedy. And a prize beginning with a C or a K sound, presented by him to the girl he likes best. It can only really be a kiss from Mochida. This isn't exactly the kind of place I'd choose to get kissed in. But I also don't want to just hand this chance over to other girls. So I don't plan on losing this. A prize, huh? So the winner gets a prize starting with a C or a K sound. A cat tower, maybe? A nice glass of Cor Royale might be nice too, though. A cat tower. I think the winner is able to choose from a list of options or something. Bitch, he's not an Amazon wish list. I don't really want to participate in a harem, but I am the only adult woman here. Are you really an adult? Let's think about that. Perhaps my sexiness could lead to victory. Huh, as if. Is something up, Miss Yui? I swear, I just saw a twinkle in your eye. Huh? Oh no, it's nothing. Gotta love it. Come on out, looks like you're all getting into the spirit. Except you, Toko. You're the only person who hasn't said anything so far. I'm not interested in participating in this. Oh, and there it is, the tsundere tendencies you're known for. Your appeal is already off and running. No, it's not. You're really wondering what Toshi's present that begins with a C or K sound could be, aren't you? Some delicious cabbage, perhaps? Maybe a swift kick confused with love? You'll have to do you all have to do your very best if you want to find out. Taking a swig of water. Cabbage? My cabbages. A kick? Is that the prize? I'm just kidding, it's probably exactly what you're imagining it to be. So let's get the show on the road, shall we? Chop chop. The first challenge for you all to enjoy is... who will get Satoshi in school beach flag competition? Beach flag? Here, but this is an elementary school. Where are you going to find a beach? I'll lead you to the venue momentarily. In the meantime, all participants need to get changed into their swimwear. And the contestant has already started, so you'd all better get into that locker room. It's gonna be a fight for the best swimsuits. What? Come on, everybody, let's make a run for the border. Nobody fully understood what was going on just yet, but everybody just kind of started running. I'm in the lead. But where are the swimsuits? There's some in the locker, lots of them. Which one should I pick? Damn it, why is this even a thing? That was a workout. Oh, Nakashima, you're a fast one. Look at all the swimsuits. It's been a long time since I've worn one. What should I pick? The locker room sure is far. Can't keep up. Why do I have to do this too? Finally, the whole gang was present in the locker room. There are quite a variety of swimsuits here. I can't do bikinis. I can't either. Amy had her hand on a dress-style swimsuit, but Toko was apparently prepared to fight her for it, and her hand was also tightly grasping its stretchy fabric. Hey, don't pull. Don't you pull. Fight, fight, fight. Come on, you two. Both of you, calm down. Why don't you play rock, paper, scissors for it? Because I had my hand on it first. Did not. They're scary. Ooh, this is a lot tinier than I thought. No kidding, my chest is... It's like it's being swallowed by the whole swimsuit. I'm an E-cup, so a medium-sized swimsuit is way too tight on me. E-cup? A, B, C, D, E. E cup! Yuka glanced down at her own chest. The swimsuit she'd chosen was too big for her flat body shape, barely even staying on since it had nothing to really grip onto. Feels like it's going to slip down. You need to tie it really, really tight. As Yuka fiddled with her swimsuit, Ayumi was busy taking her school uniform off right beside her. And as she did, a small bottle fell from her pocket and rolled onto the floor. Class rep, what's that? It's nothing. I brought holy water, okay? Naho's blog said that it would help. It held the power to help make wishes come true. And if that means getting a kiss from Machida, Shinozaki, time to go. Wait, what do I do with this? I guess for now. Amy stuck bottle back into the pocket of her now discarded school uniform. The girls gathered by the connecting walkway between the two school buildings, the wind and rain violently whipping at their swimsuits. They're completely exposed to the elements here, and the elements seemingly had no mercy. Each of the girls shivered noticeably as they patted and rubbed themselves in a vain effort to stay warm. Just outside the walkway was a gloomy-looking forest that stretched back to who knows how far, its dim canopy of trees looking about as uninviting as can be. So cold. I didn't even know this place existed. I didn't want to go into that other building. The door opened and both Satsuki and Sachiko emerged from it. They're all looking sexy in them swimsuits, I gotta say. As for me, I have, of course, gone with the bikini. Satsuki leaned forward, thrusting her chest outward in the best approximation of a sexy pose she could muster. Satsuki, how could you wear something like that? And how can you even call that a bikini? All you did was stick some seashells on your body. Indeed, her swimsuit consisted of 2 white seashells for a top and 1 for a bottom, and nothing else. The shape of her body was extremely easy to discern. Hey, it's got strings. They're pink though, so they might be hard to see, but look. Satsuki yanked on the string, binding the 2 halves of her top together, seemingly to prove herself, as much as everyone else, that it was holding. I don't think that's the issue here. But look at all you bathing beauties. Now, this is starting to look like a party. As if on cue, a cold wind blew across the walkway, lapping on everyone's skin. I'm not so sure about that. If you're just the moderator, why do you change into swimsuit too? Not to mention the most eye-catching one. I want to go home. I'm freezing my ass off here. I should have said no to the bikini after all. This is so embarrassing. Ah yes, swimsuits in a musty, eroding, abandoned school. I love summer. Alright then everyone, it's a moment you've all been waiting for. Your king arrives. What do you think, Satoshi, of these fine feminine forms that stand before you? What the fuck? From the white mist that hung in the air, Satoshi slowly came into view. And his appearance was not what anyone expected. A mild commotion erupted. And Naomi. Satoshi, what the hell are you wearing? Big brother. Machida, that's really quite the alpha. He just stood there, menacingly. He just stood there, his face turning beet red. He was wearing a pair of trunks, a red cloak with the golden tassels draped over his shoulders, and an enormous crown on his head. And an enormous I'm sorry. And upon his feet were a pair of red boots with matching golden tassels liberally dangling from the rims. Definitely getting an Emperor's New Clothes vibe from you right now. I was told to put them on, I had no choice. Because it's a harem, so of course the boy has to be the king. And where did you even learn about all that? Is this supposed to be the beach episode, except they're not at a beach? Isn't that every beach episode, really? I mean, in some animes, some of the beach episodes, they aren't at a beach, so it makes sense. So Satoshi's shoulders really couldn't have been more slumped. He looked utterly defeated. Hey, let me see a little more pep from you. You've got girls in swimsuits here, you know? True. And now you get to look at one of us over too. What? All the others were being super shy though, so allow me to serve as your baseline example, girl. Oh, Satoshi, what do you think of this little number? That's not a swimsuit, you just stuck seashells to your body. Like I told the others, it has strings really. Look closer and you'll see. Satsuki followed this comment by immediately thrusting her chest forward, placing it dangerously close to Satoshi. You can touch too if you want. No. Leave. You're a child. Huh? You're all children. You are, after all, the king. Fuck no! Why is this the first choice? Fuck no. And that's quite alright. I'm good. Absolutely not. Satsuki sidled up to Satoshi as if he waved his hand to indicate that he was turning down her offer. But it's okay, go ahead. Satsuki had begun forcibly pulling Satoshi's hand toward her chest. Finally, she overpowered him, pushing his hand firmly against one of the seashells. Motherfucker. Wow, it's really squishy. So this is a girl's chest. You need to stop. You need to leave. You are I think... No, he's 16 or he's 17? I think he's 16. You need to stop. That girl is in middle school. For just a moment, he allowed himself to be a little, entrapped by what was happening to him. Satoshi, big brother. Mochida. Huh? Men. Satoshi became aware of the girls behind him who all wore looks of unbridled rage upon their faces. Hey, no, this isn't what it looks like. No excuses. Before he can get into another word, he was being pummeled by his female companions, unable to quell their rage. They were absolutely merciless. He's getting the main character special. Meanwhile, Toko looked on from a distance and let out a wistful sigh. I just want to go home. Satoshi, battered and bruised, managed to eke out a very thin, very faintly voiced plea. Please, forgive me. Lamau deserved. Well, I guess she was the one who came on to you. Satsuki, are you really a middle schooler? You're surprisingly voluptuous for your age. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. I'm muting my mic. Okay, I'm sorry. Yuko looked down at her chest dejectedly. We're the same age, we couldn't be a lot more different physically. Hey, will you at least stop doing that kind of thing in Mochida, please? Ayumina, don't be mad. Satoshi belongs to us all. Let's all shower him with love and affection. Ayumina? Okie dokie, I think you've all gotten the idea now, so each of you, follow my example and try to appeal to Satoshi one by one, okay? Yuks, you're up first. Satsuki pushed Yuka forward from behind, forcing her to confront her brother. Big brother, does it look good on me? It's my first time wearing a bikini. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty nice on. Huh? Satoshi immediately averted his eyes while Yuka covered her chest with her arm. Oh dear, it seems the bikini you picked is a few sizes too big and it just slipped clean off your body. But that sure is one way to enhance your appeal. Next up, Naomi, also in a bikini. What? Come on, no need to be shy. Naomi slowly, hesitantly walked up to Satoshi. The two of them looked at one another over more closely, and almost at the exact same time, they just couldn't hold it in anymore. That outfit is too good, Satoshi. They are such best friends. Hey though, I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like you should draw on a mustache and a magic marker or something. One of those that looks like the letter J is coming out of each nostril. I really do look like the stupidest king on the planet, don't I? But you shivering here in the walkway between buildings in the rain wearing a bikini is almost as ridiculous. It is, isn't it? I like this energy. Neither Satoshi nor Naomi could stop it. They both just burst out laughing from the very pits of their stomachs. And as soon as they did, all the tension present among the other girls instantly melted away. It really is pretty funny when you think about it, sitting around in swimsuits here at this creepy school building and talking about harems, no less. If someone else were here to see us like this, they'd probably think we were all performing some kind of cult ritual. We kind of are. Oh, there you go, you're all getting into the spirit of things now. So the big question is, which one of you will win the favor of the king? Let's get this game of beach flags started. To your places, everybody. The start line is this away. And the whole gang moved as a group over to the white line drawn on the ground at one end of the walkway and took their positions as indicated. Okay, everybody, please lie face down, but with your hand under your chin to prop your head up. This isn't a beach, so you still want us to lie face down as if it were? Following the rules of the game to the letter. It's so cold. You're all good, right? On your marks, get set, and go! Everybody shot to their feet as soon as the starting pistol. When did she get a starting pistol? Fired. Alright, Satsuki Mizuhara will keep you all up to date on the blow-by-blow to start with. All the horses have left the gate and are off to the races. We are not horses. Is she really even a middle schooler? She sounds exactly like a horse race announcer, right down to the cadence. Oh dear, Challenger Yuka seems to have tripped and fallen, and there's not even any sand for her to have gotten caught up in. That's gotta hoit. The rest of them are neck and neck now. Who will come out in the lead? Challenger Naomi has popped ahead by, well, ahead. I really don't know why I had to do this, but I'm still not about to lose. Especially if the prize really is a kiss from Satoshi. I don't want to see anyone else kissing him. Right on her tail is our pigtailed class rep, Challenger Ayumi. Fuck you, Ayumi. Naomi turned to look, and sure enough, Ayumi was right alongside her now. She was laser focused on the road ahead, not even turning to look back at Naomi, nor saying a word. Why is the class rep trying so hard here? Does she have a thing for Satoshi? Man, you're all so fast! Yuka fell, and that Toku girl doesn't seem motivated to do this at all, which means my one true rival here is... time to dash. Naomi put every last bit of energy she had into her feet, practically kicking the ground out of the way. As she did so, she swung her hands in an increasingly wide arc. How is the walkway between these two buildings so long anyway? Our challengers continue to push on through Heavenly Host's famous covered walkway, which, fun fact, grows and expands as the situation calls for. That's absurd. Challenger Naomi has spurted ahead. She's in the lead once more, but the question is, can she go the distance? At this rate, I'm going to lose. With Yuke's taking the spill and Togo not even bothering to run, they're both out of the race entirely at this point. What do you want to do about that, Satsuko? Let's change the rules. To what exactly? Each person who crosses the finish line will have to grab one of Satoshi's king items, his crown, his cloak, or one of his boots. I see, I see. And whoever the last person is who didn't manage to get any of those 4 items will have something they treasure taken away from them. What? No, no way. Don't you dare. All at once, the 3 of them just bolted. Amazing, look at them go. Satsuki leaned in and whispered in Sachiko's ear. Sachiko, didn't you say today was supposed to be a fun culture festival? That last part was a joke. Oh, I get it. Sachiko kept a smile on her face as she said this, and retained it afterward as well, but it was impossible to know what she was actually thinking. Satoshi, who was standing at and serving as the goal, saw the throng of swimsuit-clad girls running at him with extreme vigor and was taken aback. Why are all of them running straight at me with such desperate looks in their eyes? Satoshi began backing away. As he did, all the scary things that had happened to him in Heavenly Host began replaying in his mind. In this place, the slightest bit of uneasiness could result in a swift demise. Unreadiness could result in a swift demise. I feel like if they catch me, things are going to end really poorly. Like with me getting stabbed with scissors or something. God, now my heart is beating out of my chest. I can't stay here. Satoshi placed one hand on the door to the annex. And as luck would have it, it wasn't locked. It opened with barely any effort. Sorry, everybody. And with that, he leaped inside. Now what? Satoshi took a close look at his surroundings. When upset, the protagonist of our harem romance story, Satoshi, has fled his post. What will become of the contest now? Satoshi quickly surveyed the 2 doors on either side of this old building's entrance hall. Damn, there's that overturned shelf blocking the side. Guess I'm going the other way. He fled through the open door deeper into the building. The boys' room? Maybe I can hide in here. The entrance to the building flung open and the continuous sound of footfalls rang through the halls. In hot pursuit of Satoshi, our challengers are all beginning to pile into the old school building. Oh my god. Holy shit. The voice actors really went in on that. Oh, this is bad. They're going to find me for sure. I need to keep moving. Satoshi, stop, please. Machida, where are you running to? Why are you running? Big brother, wait. So Satoshi's panic-addled mind, the affectionate calls of his female friends might as well have been roars of monsters. Stay away. Satoshi yelled out, then began running once more, focusing every last survival instinct he had into his leg muscles. This seems less like a romantic comedy, more like a horror flick. What do you think, Sachiko? Do we let it slide? It's funny. Sachiko was clapping. She was very clearly loving this. Guess that's an okay from our host. Fucking run, bitch. Satoshi began running up the stairs to the 2nd floor. Naomi was right behind him, however, and she was sprinting so fast that she had to take 2 stairs at a time. Despite the bikini, she no longer felt the cold. She felt only the desire to win. Oh god! Satoshi, wait, please. Why are you running? She called out to him from mere steps behind. I don't like this. Please get this off my screen. But he wouldn't turn back to look at her. Come on. What is this all about? I'm starting to get kind of pissed off now. What the hell is he thinking running away from us like this? Once Satoshi had reached the 2nd floor, he burst through the door. Oh, thank god, it's gone. At this point, Naomi just crossed the threshold from 1F to 2F herself. But she caught up quickly and had him cornered right by the girls' bathroom. Hey-ya! Naomi leapt into the air towards Satoshi's back, arms outstretched, reaching for his cloak. Not the fan service. This is the fan service game. Reaching for his cloak. But she missed. She misjudged the distance between herself and her target, so her hand grabbed a rather different article of clothing. She grabbed his bussy. Oh crap. These are Satoshi's swim trunks. She put considerable power into her grab and thus encountered almost no resistance down they went. The scream she let out was more like a squeak, as if she needed to make noise, but knew she had to stay quiet and couldn't quite reconcile the two. The upper part of his buttocks was completely exposed and her eyes could focus on nothing else. Then inevitably, he lost his balance. As did Naomi, she fell toward him just as he fell toward her. Ow. Somehow, the physics of all this worked out in such a way that they were now staring into one another's eyes, lumped together in a heap on the floor. From an outsider's perspective, this must have looked as if it had happened intentionally and they were about to enter a lover's embrace. I think this is the first time Satoshi and I have ever had this much physical contact with one another. He's got a more well-built frame than I expected. Wow, she's so soft. God, no, stop it. What the hell am I thinking? Satoshi focused his attention on Naomi's face, which, although closer than it had ever been before, had a familiar calming effect on him. Sorry. No, it was my fault. Both of them began to blush and turned their eyes to look away from one another. Mochida! Ayumi was the next girl up the stairs. She must have been running hard enough to cause shortness of breath as her chest was rising and falling a lot quicker than it naturally should have. As she beheld Satoshi and Naomi's predicament on the floor, her neck stiffened too. For all the world, it looked as if they were cuddling. Why are you two stuck together like that? How far have these two gone up until now? Come to think of it, I do always seem to catch them alone together. My chest is on fire. Within her bosom swirled a mixture of jealousy and irritation. And neither one seemed like it would let up anytime soon. They were competing, in fact, to see which would burn her heart the quickest. She put both hands on the sides of her heads over her ears. My head hurts. Suddenly, very clearly in pain, Satoshi and Naomi instantly became concerned. Let the bitch die! Shinozaki! What's wrong? Ayumi began shaking. Then all at once she opened her eyes wide. Oh, is she being taken over by the darkening? It's always her that gets taken by the darkening. What's happening to you? You're not acting like yourself. Or she gets possessed or some shit. Yup, there she is. Why are you running? Even the look on her face had changed. It was as if she had aged several decades in only a few seconds. Stop, I will catch you! Satoshi and Naomi ran down the stairs as quickly as they could. Satoshi, what now? She's right behind us. I feel like the exit's gonna be blocked by the other girls, so head for the music room. There's a music room in here, and it's unlocked. Let's duck inside. I did not think that word said duck. Okay. Okay, sure. The two of them entered the music room. Now what? We hide under the piano. Moon, I'm sorry. With everything going on, the word duck does not look like duck. Just as he said this, the door to the room flew open. Where are you? She's coming this way. Quiet, it's dark in here, so she couldn't be able to find us all that easily. Oh yeah, she won't find us that easily, as we are fucking talking to each other. As if in direct defiance of that statement, however, Ayumi suddenly crouched and looked directly at the two of them. Found you! She grabbed Satoshi's shoulders with almost superhuman force and yanked him out from under the piano. Caught you! Snap out of it, Shinozaki! Satoshi pushed back against Ayumi, trying to break free from her grip. Shinozaki! He managed to put enough force into his push that Ayumi lost her balance. Unfortunately, this caused her to slam her head into the piano hard. Deserved. Shinozaki! Class rep? That hurt. Where? She had a big frown on her face, and she was rubbing her head where it had impacted the piano. Shinozaki, are you okay? I'm so sorry. Huh? About what? She was staring blankly at Satoshi. She doesn't remember? You had grabbed me and I thrust you away, which is when you hit your head? You did? I don't really know what's going on right now, but as long as you're okay, that's... I've got a pretty big bump here now. You too? Oh man, I'm really sorry. It's okay. It's Heavenly Host after all. It's a place specifically designed to drive people mad. Not out of the ordinary for all for some people who feels concerned to take on another persona. How about we get out of here? Satoshi, Naomi, and Ayumi all stood up and walked out of the music room together. Well, there were certainly some twists and turns in there, but it looks like you're all back with us now. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun. It's nice to see everybody enjoying themselves. However, you do understand the goal of this challenge, right? The three of them were taken aback. They'd gotten so caught up in the hunt. The end goal of the beach flag competition had totally slipped their minds. That's right. Acting as quickly as she could manage, Naomi pounced upon Satoshi, swiping the crown from his head in one quick movement. Got your crown. Naomi thought the same thing, albeit a moment later she leaped at Satoshi and tore off his cloak. Whoa! As it was being stripped from his body, Satoshi spun in place dramatically. Got it. Naomi, Ayumi, congratulations on your successful captures. Now let's see how the remaining three fare. After a short wait, the pitter-patter of frantically approaching feet became audible. Big brother, there you are. Phew. Finally caught up with you. I think we really went on a circuit through the entire school. Game Mishui approached Satoshi calmly, as if trying to edge closer to a deer. Man, how does a beach flag run away anyway? That's just bad form. Sorry, but you guys were scary. Honestly. Hey! As if Yui and Yuka each took one of Satoshi's boots off his feet. Miss Shishido, Yukes, congrats. It was exhausting. I can barely stay standing. So with all the flags taken, as if on cue, Toko finally made her way into the building's entrance. I'm afraid Toko's the only one left and has thus been knocked out of the game. Toko looked only very slightly taken aback by this. And as a penalty to our first dropout, Toko shot a dirty look over at Sachiko, obviously putting on a brave facade. This was believed, however, by the excess shaking in both her arms and legs. You get to sit out the next round. What? Sorry to say, Toko, but you don't get to participate in round 2. You basically lost a turn. So your appeal time is going to be shortened. I'm sad to say, going to make things much more tougher for you. Wow, so that's it? Here I was imagining all the horrible things that might happen to me. She immediately fell to her knees on the spot after hearing this, perhaps out of sheer relief. You okay? Satoshi seemed to think it was something more serious, so he rushed over to her side to check on her. She flashed him a stiff smile. Yeah, I'm just relieved. There are all kinds of thoughts going through my head. Thoughts of how I might be tortured for losing this game. Guess this really is a fun culture festival after all. Yeah, seems like it. Toko glanced over at Satoshi and saw the gentle look in his eyes. Immediately she turned away and realized her face had gone red. What the hell? Why is he being so nice to me? And why am I blushing? God, what is wrong with me? Toko shunted these feelings deep down, unwilling to even entertain them. No, every time I trust a guy... Don't jinx it, Toko. He betrays me. He always shows his true nature in the end. Maybe, though I can trust that smile. Need water. Water! The girls, having completed the first round in this challenge, were all breathing rather raggedly. They were visibly exhausted to the point of collapse. Ew. That sure was a heated first round, wasn't it? What do you think, Sachiko? I want to see more. Well, you heard the lady. She's our star today, so let's all give this everything we've got to people. Time for the second challenge. The setting will be drumroll, please. Everybody's favorite place in the world, the school nurse's office. The nurse's office? I forget, in Book of Shadows, it was either... It was Naomi or someone in the nurse's office who got torn apart by, the 3 ghost kids. The nurse's office? No, that place has such a bad feeling to it. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Naomi in Book of Shadows, because we didn't see Naomi after the first chapter. Fuck. It was someone. I can't remember. No, that place has such a bad feeling to it. Oh wait, it was Moroshiki's sister. I believe. She got torn apart and by the ghost kids under Sachiko's command, and she was then hung up on the wall. Naomi, are you okay? Yeah, just a little uneasy because I feel like something really bad happened to me in the nurse's office. Or maybe it was Naomi. I honestly don't remember. Well, if you don't think you can do it, you can always forfeit and sit this round out, right? I guess it's just... Sachiko, today is a fun culture festival, right? Can you confirm there won't be anything scary? Sure. You have your friends by your side here, and if anything does happen, I swear I'll protect you. Satoshi. I can't trust her, but she said what she wants to see is a harem romance, so nothing horrifying is too likely to happen, I don't think. And there's a kiss with Satoshi writing on this, so... What's the matter, Naomi? Your face is bright red. Do you have a fever? I'm fine. I don't have a fever. Okay, well, that's good. No matter what happens, you're always so kind to everyone, Satoshi. Alright, people, let's get moving. Infirmaries are places of healing, but they're also dream places for 2 lovers to sneak off to when they're looking to get in a little hanky-panky. How gallantly can you serve our fair Satoshi? We'll be able to heal his heart. Let's get to appealing, people. The judge for this round will be, of course, Sachiko. Now, you 4 angels of healing, get to your places. As the door to the infirmary was opened, the first and really only thing that caught Satoshi's eyes was the line of fabulous girls in white. No, you gotta be fucking joking. Wow. Satoshi couldn't help but stare despite himself. Oh man, you're all looking nice! First up, we have Naomi in an adorable nurse's uniform, just like an angel from above. Her white miniskirt and black knee socks truly are sexy, aren't they? The little patch of white skin you can see between the top of the black knee socks and the hem of the white skirt, it's magical. Naomi was wearing a cosplay nurse outfit with a miniskirt that seemed to hang down to only about 20 centimeters above the knee, along with black knee socks. She was looking down at the floor, blushing furiously. She kept tugging at the hem of the skirt, trying to hide her thighs, but it was a futile effort. Next up, Ayumina. For her, the miniskirt and knee sock look so practically hearsay. She's all about the real deal, neat and tidy, and all nurse. As described, Ayumi was wearing an old-fashioned knee-length nurse's outfit, yet she still looked horribly embarrassed to be seen in it. Next up, we have Miss Shido, the teacher in white. She's supposed to teach English, but instead she's taken the role of doctor. Maybe she's giving a lesson in chemistry. And she's wearing not just a miniskirt, but a tight one. Ooh la la. Miss Yui was wearing a blouse and a tight miniskirt, but with a white doctor's gown draped over top. Wearing a doctor's gown makes me feel all strict and serious. And finally, we've got the Lolita with a pink nurse's uniform and white tights. It's good old Yuke's. Does it look good on me? The pink nurse's uniform somehow made Yuka look even younger. Stop! And with that, the second round of challenges shall now officially begin. The second round is called Let's Get Healed, the Forbidden Infirmary. You're going to cure what ails poor Satoshi using your love power. And you'll be doing it 1 by 1 and 1-on-1. You'll be given 2 scores. In the categories of nursing and love, each worth 10 points max. And it's those points that you'll all be competing for. But beware, whoever gets the lowest score has to sit the next round out, so do your best not to be the runt of the litter. Now everyone draw a ticket. Each ticket has a number on it. When she said the word ticket, she held up what she had in her hand, which was a small stack of Sachiko Ever After paper dolls. Ticket? Looks like the numbers are written right on the heads. Just beware, the number you get is going to have a direct effect on the challenge you're given, changing up your appeal. Satsuki took out the box and stuffed the tickets into it, mixing them up a little for a good measure. Each one of the girls then slowly hesitantly reached into it and drew out one of the paper dolls. Okay, you all should have a number now, so who's number 1? That would be me. Being the first contestant means you'll serve as the model for everyone else. For this challenge, we'll be using the dummy doll. Dummy doll? The doll that's used for CPR practice and all that. Why does it look like that? Oh, that mannequin thing. Satsuko's going to inflict various ailments on the dummy doll, and it'll be your jobs as nurses to observe its symptoms and issue a proper treatment. So think of the dummy doll as if it were Satoshi and treat it with the utmost care. Especially since you'll only have 5 minutes to deal with whatever afflicts it, and if you don't take care of it in time, what happens? Satoshi starts to slowly develop the same symptoms, so everybody be sure to give it this your all. Excuse me? Okay, Satoshi, you'll be stationed by the dummy doll. Naomi, you come over here too. Ready, Sachiko? We beg of you, do your thing. Do your thing. Sachiko sleepily nodded her head and snapped her fingers. Huh? What the hell? Its stomach is split wide open. The dummy's stomach had been torn to shreds with its bloody internal organs jetting out from every wound every which way. Okay, Naomi, administer the treatment, and remember to do it with some sexy appeal. What treatment? Wasn't there a lighter ailment you could have given me? Dummy's blood loss was out of control, and Naomi had no idea how to stop it, or even if she possibly could. The pool of blood surrounding the doll just kept growing and growing. Satoshi, your stomach. It's getting all bloody. Okay, that's the 30-second mark. If you don't hurry, Satoshi's belly is gonna get real messy. I know, damn it. Naomi did her best to gather up all the guts that had spilled out of the gaping wound. She then stuffed them back into the dummy doll, carefully but hurriedly. The thick stench of blood was unavoidable. It hung in the air all around. No, I can't. No matter how much I try, I can't keep the stomach closed. The guts just keep spilling out. Naomi stood up and looked over at the desk. She grabbed something off of it, then turned to face the bed. Yanking the sheets off the bed, she focused her strength and tore it into them, surprisingly with little effort. She seems to have an idea, folks. What kind of treatment will it be? Should be fun to find out. Naomi knelt beside the dummy. The item she grabbed from the desk was a stapler, and she was now using it to staple the wound shut in the dummy's stomach. Without a needle and thread, I had to improvise. And I once saw something about sealing a wound with a medical use stapler. I think they called it a skin stapler. Though this is, of course, just a regular stapler. Oh, Naomi, you're quite knowledgeable, aren't you? And to have decided on such short notice to attempt the stapler treatment is also pretty impressive. Satoshi, are you okay? The blood stain on Satoshi's stomach was bigger now. Naomi wrapped up the dummy's lower body with the strips of sheet she prepared. That should have been enough, right? So here's heal Satoshi already. Well, Satsuko, what do you think? That was funny. She snapped her fingers. Satoshi! Satoshi's clothes no longer had even a single speck of blood on them. How's your stomach? Naomi hurriedly pulled up Satoshi's shirt to check. Whoa. Da-da-da-da. Satoshi's stomach was smooth as silk. There wasn't a single cut to be found anywhere. Or a single fucking hair, because he is a child. Phew. Thank goodness, he seems fine. Naomi, that kind of tickles. Naomi only then realized she'd been rubbing Satoshi's tummy this whole time. Her face immediately turned beet red and she threw her hands back. I was just worried about you, okay? Naomi tried to hide her embarrassment by making a face. But this wasn't particularly effective. Since in the next moment she suddenly burst into tears. I did everything I could for Satoshi, but I wasn't sure of my decisions even once along the way. I'm just so glad I made it in time. Seeing Naomi's tears, Satoshi gently laid his hand upon her head. That had to have been a pretty panic-inducing, but I'm okay, see? Thank you. Satoshi gently caressed her head. With tears continuing to stream down her face, Naomi thrust her head in Satoshi's chest, desperate for his warmth and comforting touch. That sure looks like fun to me. Just so you know, today's a party, so no matter how somebody dies, it's all going to be reset in the end. So don't worry too much about this kind of thing. Oh yeah, don't worry, you're just going to keep dying and dying and dying. Now it's time to assign points. We'll start with the nursing score. Satsuko raised a small sign with a number on it. So that's 8 points. Out of a possible 10, that's a pretty good score if I do say so myself. How did you decide on 8, if I may ask? She handled the guts that were splooshing out of his wound really well. Then on top of that, she thought of the stapler and actually put her plan to action, which was pretty cool. I was panicked, I had to do something. So how about the lovey-dovey score? What'd you get on that? Satsuko raised a same small sign. More high marks with another 8. I think it's because Satoshi was miraculously brought back from the brink. Naomi broke down, tears pouring from her eyes. Enter into that Satoshi, who gently stroked her hair and comforted her. I'd say a score of 8 is a very well justified here. It makes a total score of 16 out of 20. I predict this will be a high watermark for the whole competition. Next contestant, who has number 2? I do. What horrors await poor Satoshi now, I wonder? I'm gonna be put through that kind of thing again? Well, this is a harm, so a little pain is part of the deal. You'll just have to endure. A little pain, my insides were about ready to spill out my body. Satsuko, we beg of you. With another sleepy nod and a snap of her fingers, the next game had begun. The doll's face is turning red. Mishuya put her hand on the doll's forehead. It's a tremendous fever. Tis, this is a harms challenge. You have to touch your forehead to his. I can never, not with a student. Mishuya carefully carried the dummy over to the bed where she'd be able to nurse it back to health more effectively. My head hurts. Just as with the dummy, Satoshi's face began to get redder and redder by the second. Hang in there, Mochita. All I have to do is nurse the dummy back to health, and you'll be good as new, right? I just wish I had some ice or an ice pack or something. Mishui rested her hands softly on the dummy's forehead. Oh no, his fever keeps going up. This feels like it's getting close to 40 Celsius. He's not going to make it at this rate. Mochita must really be suffering. Come to think of it, our roles were reversed recently, weren't they? You were the one nursing me back to health. Satoshi smiled. That wasn't nursing, all I did was make you rice and porridge. No, I mean you did, but that wasn't all. You were there when I opened my eyes, Mochita, which made me very happy. Huh? Think about it. I live by myself, right? I mean, I have Monet, sure, but he's a little comfort when I'm sick. So something having you by my side meant the world to me. Besides which, Machida, you're just naturally very kind. No more so than anyone else. Well, this is shaping to be up rather heartwarming, isn't it? When it's my turn, I get major stomach surgery, and when she just gets a fever, seems a little mismatched if you ask me. I'm so thirsty. Water, please. Okay, just hold on 1 second. Machida stood up, but then was faced with a dilemma. There's no water in the infirmary. I got something to drink. Sachiko cheerfully produced a plastic bottle and handed it to Miss Yui. No, it's gonna be piss. Refuse and look for water. No, thank you. Miss Yui studied Sachiko's eyes for a moment. She definitely looked like she's trying to pull a fast one on me. Her offer sounds nice in theory, but she absolutely cannot be trusted. Miss Yui continued to study her surroundings. The room happened to have an old wash basin style sink in it. She didn't expect much, but she decided turning the tap anyway. Unfortunately, a very small stream of water began pouring out of the faucet. Thank goodness. She cupped a few gulps worth of water in her hands and hurried back over to Satoshi and held it to his mouth. Machida, here, it's water. She attempted to tilt her hand so that Satoshi would have an easier time drinking the water, but with the weak shaking, it only wound up wetting his lips. This isn't going to work. Miss Yui began dabbing the area around Satoshi's mouth, cleaning it as best as she could manage. All the while, Satoshi was moaning in agony. So now what? I could probably get him to drink it with mouth to mouth. But there's no way I could do something like that. Machida, can you hear me? I'm going to bring more water. When I do, please try your best to drink it. At the sound of her strong urging, Satoshi weakly nodded. And Miss Yui went to grab more water. With a bit more gentle maneuvering, she was finally able to get him to swallow a few gulps this time. Relaxed and slightly more hydrated than before, he displayed a peaceful expression on his face. He then closed his eyes. Tiny beads of sweat were forming on Satoshi's forehead. Miss Yui took out a handkerchief and quietly, gently wiped them away. It's so odd. I feel so at peace when I'm doing this. It's like when I cared for Tsukasa. I don't know why though. They don't look at all alike. Miss Yui? Yes? Is he talking in his sleep? How adorable. Miss Yui smiled and began gently stroking Satoshi's forehead. Seriously, they're acting like lovers or something. I don't like this. Comforting a sleeping Satoshi while he's recovering from a cold is what I would have wanted to do here. Just look at her face, it's like she's staring into the eyes of her boyfriend or something. Doesn't she realize he's our student? Fine, see if I care. Naomi spun around a bit of a tizzy, but her wide hips knocked a small bottle off the desk behind her. The glass bottle broke, and a clear liquid therein came pouring out. The liquid flowed down an imperceptible crevice into the floor all the way to the bed. Then all of a sudden, this slitted out space heater in the center of the room came roasting to life, the fire sparking out of nowhere in a chamber. Fire! Yuka, who had been leaning against the stove, yelped and jumped backward at the sudden appearance of flames right next to her. And as a result of this movement, the heater toppled over, lighting the spilled fluid out onto the ground in the process. Whatever was in that bottle evidently had a rather high alcohol content. The flame quickly traveled down the path left behind by the spilled liquid, like a cartoon fuse heading toward a cannon. Once it got to the bed, it immediately licked its way up the sheets, setting the entire bed ablaze. The dummy doll lying there was utterly engulfed almost instantaneously. Hot! Machida! Burning, the love between these two has gotten too hot to even handle. This is horrible. Big brother. Machida, hang in there. Water, I need water. I'm turning the faucet, but nothing's coming out now. And I'm trying to put out the flames. The infirmary was absolutely din of screams at this point. And look at him burn. Might be good to put it out sometime soon, though. It's starting to climb up the walls. Sasuke snapped her fingers, and just like that, the fire was gone. Well, that was quite the happening. Definitely not an event to be missed. So let's tell you the score, shall we? We'll start with the nursing category. Satsuko raised her sign. You got a 9, Naomi only got an 8, with a new high score for this category. They were like a newlywed couple. It was great. Yes, that makes total sense. Such nurturing care, and such innocence. Miss Shishido truly was like the very model of a young wife, wasn't she? So now the question is, what was her lovey-dovey score like? Satsuko held up another sign. Oh, only a 5 this time. That's harsh. I want to see more romantic comedy. Oh, for sure. Not sure why she didn't go far for mouth-to-mouth feeding when she had the chance. Her embarrassment cost her the top spot. With 14 points, she is now in 2nd place. I just couldn't. Not with a student. Alright, who's got number 3? I do. Oh, Ayumina makes her grand debut. What's your confidence level like? Not high. Me. In times of crisis, I tend to stay calm and put my full effort into what I do. And that's why you're the class representative. I'm sure we can all count on you to deliver. I'm at my limit. What are you saying, Satoshi? We've been returning you back to normal afterwards, so everything should be hunky-dory, right? But I'm in constant pain during these challenges. I keep feeling like I'm dying. You'll get over it. Even labor pains, which studies suggest would cause men to die of shock, are forgotten postnatally. So I'm sure you can handle a little thing like the throes of death 2 more times. Are you not familiar with the concepts of trauma and PTSD? Satsuki just smiled and let Satoshi's comment pass right through her. Satsuko, we beg of you. Satsuko nodded drowsily yet again and snapped her fingers yet again. The door to the infirmary suddenly rolled open with a clatter. And in walked Yasukazu, to a litany of horrified screams from the startled onlookers. It certainly stood to reason they'd scream too. He was, after all, a rather creepy-looking giant of a man wielding a massive blood-stained hammer. Alright everyone, it's time for a fun guest. Please welcome Yashikazu. Yashikazu let out a slight groan and hobbled his way over toward where Satoshi stood. Ayumi could feel her body freezing up in fear, and her teeth were chattering. No, please. It was like the meek request that had been wrung out of her. She could barely get out even a single syllable without tremendous effort. Stay away from Machida! Ayumi stepped between Yashikazu and Satoshi, determined to protect her charge at all cost. Do it. Ayumi stood no chance. Yashikazu pushed her aside like she wasn't even there. He then approached the dummy doll and raised his hammer. With his first swing, he directly struck the dummy's legs hard. They didn't just break, they twisted and contorted in entirely unnatural directions. Yoshikazu's hammer was then brought down again, and again, and again, mercilessly striking the dummy over and over. Please just stop! I know it's only a dummy, but Machida's going to feel the same pain. Which means, if I fail my challenge... Stop! Before she knew what she was doing, Ayumi leaped onto Yoshikazu and began grappling with him. Once again, with little effort, Yoshikazu managed to shake her off rather violently, tossing her to the floor in the process. Shinzaki! That's enough, blockhead. His duty fulfilled, the beast swiftly turned and sauntered out the infirmary once more. In his wake, he lifted Dummy Doll, thoroughly smashed arms and legs. All the humanity is such a state that the dummy is in, and if Ayumina can provide proper medical treatment in time, so she will soon just look like it. Good luck, Ayamina. Guess I better hurry. Let's see. Amy scurried all over to the large cabinet against the wall. Bandages, gauze, and something I can use as a splint. She opened the cabinet door. Something but bottles, no bandages in sight. Just have to make my own with my handkerchief. There's a ruler on the desk. My legs. Satoshi's legs had turned red and were beginning to swell. Amy felt the pulpy mess that used to be a set of legs on a dummy doll. First things first, I need to reset the bone. Gently, after setting out the general shape of the position of one of the doll's legs, Ayumi wrapped both hands around it. She then pulled with every last ounce of strength she could muster. I need to place the splint, then tie it with the handkerchief. Ayumi carefully affixed the ruler in place. This should take care of his right leg. Now I just need to do something about the left leg and both arms. Amy continued to rush around frantically, trying her best to adjust as many of Satoshi's wounds in the time allotted as humanly possible. What's wrong, Machida? The pain is becoming unbearable. The pain? Amy had performed what was essentially advanced first aid, but it just then dawned on her that she'd done nothing at all to account for Satoshi's pain. I'm sorry, Shinozaki, it's okay, I can... Machida is really suffering. If only there was some way I could relieve the pain just a little bit. That's right, I've got holy water in my pocket. Amy produced a tiny bottle from her pocket of her nurse's uniform, which she'd transfer over from her school uniform when she got changed. Naho Sanoki, whom she respected quite a lot, had been selling these through her website. This will make your wish come true. That's a claim she made anyway. Amy opened the bottle. At this point, winning this competition and scoring a kiss from Toshi was the farthest thing from her mind. She just wanted to spare him from his suffering. That was all that mattered. Drink this, it's holy water, can get rid of your pain. More of your famous occult charm, Shinozaki? That's right, it was my charm that started all of this. Yeah, fuck you. That's the reason we all wound up in Heavenly Host in the first place. A mixture of feelings were swimming around with her now, a storm of repentance and regret. Ayumi took a deep breath. She acknowledged it was her fault in the first game, in the second game, and now this game. It's always your fucking fault. A mixture of feelings were swimming around her now, a storm of repentance and regret. Ayumi took a deep breath. That is going to happen if I expend all my energy regretting what I've done in the past. I need to concentrate on this moment and do my best to break through it. Try drinking it. Ayumi poured the holy water into Satoshi's mouth slowly and carefully. How is it? Actually the pain is... Ayumi's eyes lit up at the thought that she may have helped Satoshi feel better, but before he could finish his sentence, Sachiko snapped her fingers and everything more or less reset. Sachiko? She used contraband, so I stopped her short. Oh dear, the existence of holy water in this scenario does not seem to have met with Sachiko's approval. Good hustle though, Ayamina. And the surprise visit by Yoshikazu really helped liven things up, didn't it? Now it's time to calculate the score. We'll start with the nursing quotient. Sachiko held up one of her signs. Ooh, not a great score, only a 6. Her performance was adequate. Yes, that was a fairly simple and crude bone setting procedure. It was somewhat in the box, wasn't it? Let's see your score from the lovey-dovey quotient. Sachiko held up another sign. Oh, a 9. That's a new record for this category. I really like when she tried to protect him from the blockhead. So heroic actions translate into points. Interesting. Seems Ayamina's total score is 15, placing her in second. Our current front-runner is Naomi, with Miss Shishido in a bit of a bind. Will this be the end of Miss Shishido's prospects? Or could our final nurse bump her up to the respectful third? Either way, it's time for the last contestant to strut her stuff. Give it up for Yukes. Okay. You can nervously step forward. What the hell will Satoshi be through? What the hell? What hell will Satoshi be put through this time? At least I can make some. At least I can take some comfort in knowing this is the last one. So let's go. We beg of you. Sachiko lazily nodded and snapped her fingers. And reflexively, Satoshi tensed up, putting himself on guard. He knew whatever awaited him, it wouldn't be good. Slowly and steadily, a rope that ended in a noose lowered itself from the ceiling, draping itself around the dummy doll's neck. The noose tightened itself and then began lifting the dummy doll into the air. Better hurry, Ukes. If you don't, Satoshi's gonna be, in a bad way. It's squeezing on my neck. What do I do? What do I do? I need to get it down. Yuka frankly started glancing all over the infirmary for anything she might be able to use. There's a chair. With the chair, Yuka was able to support the dummy, but she couldn't quite undo the rope. What now? Here, use these. Toko produced a big pair of scissors from somewhere. You should be able to cut the rope. Thank you very much. But why does she have these with her? Big brother, hang on. Yuka climbed up onto the chair, stood on her tippy toes, and stretched her arm up to the rope, which then, she handily cut using Toko's scissors. The dummy doll fell to the ground in a heap. Big brother, hang in there. Yuka forcefully shook the dummy doll. Satoshi's entire head looked bloodshot, and the only sound he was able to muster was a throaty hiss that sounded decidedly uncomfortable. Big brother, stay right there. Big brother? He didn't answer. His red eyes protruded from his skull, open but unseeing. Big brother's not breathing. Yuka began convulsing despite herself. No! All the wounds he suffered had been undone up until now. But if he dies, he'll be brought back to life? Yuka turned to look at Sachiko as if seeking to intuit an answer from her. And Sachiko was smiling wildly back at her. I remember meeting Sachiko before. And when I did, I think she betrayed my trust. I have to save him on my own. Yuka placed the palms of her hands on Satoshi's chest. She began pushing down with all the force she can muster. I only know about this from watching others, but I'm pretty sure this is how you do CPR. Yuka, keep it up. She kept attempting CPR in Satoshi. What do I do? I can't get him to start breathing again. Do I do mouth to mouth? But how do I do it? Am I supposed to hold his nose shut? And how many seconds do I wait between each breath? I just don't know what to do. Yuka began sobbing uncontrollably. Big brother! Just then, Satoshi started coughing violently. Somehow or another, he'd come back. Big brother! Yuka immediately threw her hands around her newly resuscitated brother. Thank goodness, Satoshi. I'm so glad he made it. The onlookers all breathed a sigh of relief as well. This is a pretty stunning display of sisterly love, Sachiko. It was funny. Sachiko snapped her fingers. That had a little bit of everything. Some help from the audience, some touch ago. Moments truly a tour de force. Time for scoring now. How's the nursing with Sachiko? Sachiko raised her sign. Whoa, we have it. A 9, everybody. I like that she tried so many different methods of saving him. That cooperative play, too, really heightened the impact of everything. Now, what about the lovey-dovey score? Sachiko held up the same sign once again. Oh, another 9, which means... That's a total of 18. Yuka is still in the lead. Thank you very much. But that also means our weakest link here is Miss Shishido. I'm afraid you're going to need to sit out next round. How disappointing. But Toko's back in the game. So yay! Now you're all ready to head to the next location? Oh, sorry. Are you ready to head to the next location? Here we are, everybody, the science lab. It's time for the ultimate appeal. Keep those spirits high and push yourselves to the limit. It's time to devote yourselves to the master in the Maid Showdown. Maid? Does that mean we're going to be sweeping up and stuff? No, silly. I want to go to a maid cafe. Ah, that kind of maid. Sachiko has expressed a sincere desire to see a real-life maid. Somehow I have a bad feeling about this. Somebody spare me, please. After being chased all over creation, brought to the brink of death numerous times over, Satoshi was quite thoroughly exhausted. Oh my, are you tired, Master? I love these 4 maids to service your every need. So without further ado, let's get you all changed. Here we go. With the snap of her fingers, the 4 challengers suddenly found their bodies wrapped in a glowing white light. Presenting your 4 adorable maid candidates. What? Suddenly, the 4 girls were all standing before Satoshi wearing 4 very different types of maid outfit. First up, we have Naomi. She's wearing what you might call the standard maid outfit, a navy blue dress with a white apron. Next, we have Ayamina, who's got the sophisticated Victorian maid vibe going, with her long blue dress and absolutely lovely Katyusha headdress. Then there's Toko with an erotic pink little number. Her micro mini is so tiny. You can almost see her panties, and the piece de resistance cat ears. And finally, there's Yuke, dressed all in aqua and white, just like Alice. It's like she slept right out of the pages of a fairy tale. Why not go ask her? Satsuko clapped her hands. She seemed to be really enjoying this. I see you there with your mouth agape, Satoshi, so what do you think? Tell us your honest opinion. Well, I think they all look cute. The master seems quite happy, so you're off to a good start, but now comes the fun part. You need to use the items on the desk to service us every whim. Start! At Satsuki's urging, Naomi, Ayumi, Yuka, and Toko each reluctantly examined the items on the desk in the science lab. They consisted of a serving tray with a silver lid, a teapot, an ear pick, and a nice suit. This is... What do we do with these? Flashing a sidelong glance at the other 3, they stood in place. Ayumi darted forward and grabbed one of the items. The first move is Ayumina's. She's got the suit in hand. Ayumi took a look at the suit she nabbed. She picked a good item to work with, but she's confused on what exactly to do with it now. But of course that's silly. The thing to do with a suit is to help your master change into it. What? Change? That's right. First though, the clothes he's wearing now need to come off, of course. Come off? So she looked flustered, but he didn't seem he didn't see that he had much choice. He began undoing his buttons. Stop, that's all wrong. Ayamina has to do it. What? Huh? Ayumi's face turned beet red. I can't do that. You're the one who picked the suit, though, aren't you? Ayumi hesitated, but after a few moments, she very slowly and gingerly reached her hand towards Satoshi. Mochida? Master. Call him Master. Master? Her face is red as humanly possible now. Please allow me to change your clothes. Ayumi slowly began to unbutton Satoshi's shirt. Her hands were shaking. She pushed onward, undoing one after another. Shinozaki, I really think I should be the one doing this. And so he did. Without waiting for confirmation, Satoshi just yanked off the shirt from his school uniform in silence. Although he was wearing a blue t-shirt underneath, Ayumi still averted her eyes as soon as she realized the shirt was indeed coming off. Nothing doing. You have to let the maid do it all for you. I'd really rather would do it myself, though. Before giving anyone a chance to object, he grabbed the dress shirt from the suit and hurriedly put it on. Oh, Miss Maid, at least tie his necktie for him, okay? Huh? Ayumi held the navy blue necktie in her hands. She draped it around Satoshi's neck very gingerly. But that's where her movement stopped. How do you tie one of these again? I guess first you cross the 2 ends. Then you pull one end through the resulting loop. Huh? Ayumi tried her best to tie Satoshi's tie, but it just wound up creating a square knot. What now? Ayumi lifted her head from what she was doing, still confused as to how to tie this thing, only to realize just how close she was to Satoshi's face. She quietly took a step back. She had been so close she could actually feel his breath. I've never seen Machida's face from so close before. Shinozaki, I'll take it from here. Satoshi and Ayumi's hands touched. Ayumi flustered, quickly withdrew hers. Oh, sorry. My, such innocence. Are we just about done here? Satoshi, I mean master? Naomi had chosen the teapot. Please allow me to prepare you some tea. Sure. She set down a beaker in front of him. This is all I have to work with. Even though I've got the teapot, there are no cups. It sucks. Naomi poured a beaker full of steaming hot black tea from the teapot. Please enjoy. Thanks. Satoshi slowly, nervously raised the beaker into his lips. Sorry, is it too hot? Satoshi set down the beaker. Hey now, Miss Maid. You've gotten to the foo-foo thing. Foo-foo. The hell is foo-foo? Blowing on it to cool it down. He can drink it. It's part of the maidly appeal in this situation. Naomi's face did what all faces have been doing for a while now and turned red. Why do I have to do a stupid thing like that? Because you're the maid. Satsuki's blunt answer caused Naomi to shrink back a little. Fine. Naomi picked up the beaker. Here you are, Satoshi. I mean, master. Thanks. Naomi was slightly taken aback by Satoshi's smile. This is a special occasion, you know, not something I do every day. Naomi suddenly started spouting off some rather flippant lines. Without knowing it, she turned tsundere. Satoshi down the entire beaker of tea. I know, but it's delicious and very refreshing. I'm ever so pleased to hear it. Satoshi found himself unable to contain himself at the sound of Naomi speaking in such strained formalities. He let a small, sputtery laugh slip. Naomi instantly followed suit. It really is fun being with him. Something smells really good. Big brother, I mean master. I like the blue maid outfit a lot. I get that as a cosplayer. Yuka, wearing her Alice-colored maid outfit, was standing next to Satoshi. It's dinner time. Yuka had chosen the silver platter. And under the lid was a steamy, delightful-looking rice omelet. A rice omelet here? It's a popular item on any maid cafe's menu. It is? Okay, you show him your appeal with some ketchup. Okay. Yuka took out some ketchup. You could have drawn something on the egg using ketchup. And done, big brother. That's an awfully big heart you drew. Satoshi was smiling despite himself. The heart in the omelet was so big it even spilled out onto the plate. Thank you very much, it looks delicious. Oh, wait. Let me do it for you. Yuka scooped up a small portion of the rice omelet with a spoon. She then held that spoon up to Satoshi's mouth. Say, I think that's a little too embarrassing, don't you? Oh, let me do the foo-foo thing too. You can tell she really loves her big brother. What a wonderful display. She's going to get a lot of points for this. Okay, master, say Satoshi forced a bitter smile, feeling he had to do it in response to just how hard Yuka was trying here. Alright. Resigning himself to his face, Satoshi opened his mouth and shut it down on the entire spoon. Delicious. I'm so glad. Yuka was so happy she started clapping. Okay, next bite. Oh, wait, just a moment. Yuka lowered the spoon and raised her other hand. You've got ketchup all over your mouth. With her finger, she wiped the ketchup from Satoshi's mouth. She then placed that finger in her own mouth with a distinct nom. Of course she did. It is good. What the hell kind of relationship do these two have? Aren't they brother and sister? No, that's none of your business, is it, Toko? It is your turn at bat, though. Get to eroticizing, little lady. Toko crumpled her face with the stain. Last of the party once more, she'd begrudgingly taken the ear pick. Why do I have to be the ear pick? In fact, What was that even one of the options? It's a pretty popular maid item in places like Akahabara and Ikebukuro. Didn't you know? Of course not. So he just has to pick his ears, that'll be that? Right? Fine. Toko flashed Satoshi a frighteningly intense look. Come here,